Hello everyone, JagTagger93 here, with Blood. Today we're going to be playing that Mall of the Dead episode. If you remember, I played an episode earlier about Camp Crystal Lake, and I showed you how to get to the secret level called Mall of the Dead, which is heavily inspired by the 1978 movie Dawn of the Dead. So let's load up that level and have a fun time at the mall. Alright, already I got some zombies on me. Quick. That jingle you're hearing right now, yeah, get used to that. That plays more or less throughout this entire level just to remind you that you're at the mall. And that jingle is actually not the music. I can turn off the music, but that jingle is actually sound, and if I turn off the sound you won't be able to hear anything, so yeah. Stone gargoyle flying around, those guys are really tough to take out. So when I remember when I was younger, the local mall was always like the place to hang out. I loved going. Ooh, nice. Anyway, always loved hanging out at the local mall with my friends. I remember back when there were two gaming stores at the mall. There was a GameStop downstairs and an electronics boutique upstairs. Now it's just called EB Games. But I remember always preferring the electronics boutique. They were two different companies at the time. And it was at that electronics boutique I reserved my first game, and got it right when it came out. That was Strider 2 on PlayStation. Very good memory. They also had a really cool arcade. At the mall now, there's still arcade there, but they moved in, and it's a lot smaller, and it's full of prize machines and other things, which don't really do it for me. I also remember they used to have a really sweet cafeteria that was on the third floor, and it had a skyline right above it. Take out this guy real quick. There we go. Anyway, yeah, the cafeteria was really nice. They had a very nice Sakura place, which I always get my fried chicken and rice from. And the person who ran it, she was a cute Japanese girl. I kind of had a crush on her, so I usually would go to there just to, you know, get food and see her, and yeah, I was a dork back then. One other store I'd like going to a lot back in the day was Hot Topic. They recently changed it. Well, not recently, I'd say about 5 years ago they changed it, but they changed it. It's still Hot Topic, but I'm on fire. But it's much more brightly lit. They used to have these really badass looking gates out in front. They got rid of those. And Hot Topic just seems like it's changed. I remember back in the day they would have t-shirts that proudly said Spear Britney on them. So it was very much a store that was tapping into counterculture and, you know, against mainstream music. At least that was the image it was conveying. But now you go there and there's PewDiePie shirts. Is it PewDiePie? Whatever. You know what I mean. And all sorts of other logos that are, you know, basically whatever seems to be hip and interesting on the internet. I also remember Hot Topic used to actually sell music. Like, good music. I listen to a lot of industrial and a bit of goth. You're not really going to find that, or too much of it at Hot Topic now, or too much music for that matter at all. Speaking of music, one of the stores I used to like going to was FYE, and they used to specialize in music, but now they just seem like Hot Topic light. So you'll get your t-shirts that drag most of your pro wrestling logos on them. You'll get your action figures and gaming-related swag, and they still have music, but it's collecting dust and kind of on the side. It's kind of a sad thing to look at today. Did I get that gargoyle? Nope, I hear him. There it is. These things are a pain in the ass to kill. One YouTube channel I follow very eagerly is This Is Dan Bell. He a lot of times will frequent dead malls and record his explorations there. And I wonder if this qualifies as a dead mall. It's a mall full of, well, the living dead. There you go. Nope. Shit. There we go. It's on fire. Come on. Using both my primary fire and secondary fire right now. Hoping he goes down. Oh, still up. And I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Okay. Oh my god. Try my Tesla gun. That should do it. Nope. There, finally, and I got my key. Nice. So like I said in the previous video, Blood is a old-school first-person shooter using the same engine as Duke Nukem 3D. The main character, Caleb, is very similar to Duke Nukem in how he quips. Just going to use this real quick to gain back some life. I also always thought that Caleb, you see him there on my map screen, with that hat, that coat, the red eyes, always reminded me of Chacon the Forever Man. I'm not sure if you guys out there know who that is or remember him, but he had a game on the Sega Genesis and Sega Game Gear. He also had a really sweet comic book line as well. Chacon was if I remember correctly, he was an individual who was a very proficient sword fighter, an alchemist and sorcerer, and one day he made a deal with the devil. The deal ended up going very poorly for him. He won, and he got immortality, but he realized that immortality isn't really all that's cracked up to be. So he spends the rest of his adventure trying to figure out how to die. And that's kind of the motivation of Chacon in the Sega Genesis game. At the end of the game, he is hoping that he can finally die. The deal that he makes with death is that he can finally die once he vanquishes all the most evil beings in existence. So he scours the earth, past, present, and future, terminating all the most vile supernatural evils he can find. Once he kills them all, he thinks he can finally die, but no, that's when death tells him, nah. I said all the supernatural evils in existence. Meaning not just on Earth, but also in all of space and time, and in every single dimension thereon. So, kind of a very tragic game, and can't really think of too many games at all where the goal is to kill yourself. The game is also considered to be one of the hardest games on the Genesis, and that's saying something considering that the protagonist literally can never die. So think about that for a moment. One of the hardest games out there is one where you're pretty much invincible. Oh, just accidentally killed a innocent cultist there. They'll get right in your way. You see the K on the left side of my screen, 57, 82. These guys don't count towards that, so there's 82 enemies total in this. I've killed 57 so far. Hey, buy me toys. That reminds me of an old employer I had back in the day, KB Toy Works, and yes, they were at that same mall. Working at KB was fun. Wonder. Oh my god, these things bleed. Okay, I'm just gonna kill all the toys that are... Yeah. I'm gonna leave you alone, you're actually not a bad guy. Anyway, yeah, I remember working at KB Toy Works back in the day. I was there for the PS2 launch. I still get flashbacks, honestly. I was there for the GameCube launch, the original Xbox launch. I was there for Tickle Me Elmo. I can tell you all kinds of horror stories back in the day. One memory I have was, I remember once a parent came in and she wanted to buy her son Superman 64. And I nicely convinced her out of that decision. Instead, I recommended Super Smash Brothers. She was hesitant because Super Smash Bros. And N64 was rated T, and her kid was 12, I think. But I was able to persuade her, and she went home with Super Smash Brothers. I like to think that somewhere out there, that kid is living a much better life because I helped them. Times like that made it all worthwhile. Alright. I could really go on and on and on talking about my adventures in retail. I worked retail for about 13 years, including my stint at KB Toy Works. One thing that always drove me up a wall was you never knew exactly what your schedule was going to be, because they changed it every week, and some weeks you'll be on for 24 hours, some weeks you'll be on for 36 hours, some weeks you'll be on for 40 hours, but I'll be darned if they actually give you full time. Oh shoot. One-eyed monk's rule, okay. And yeah, some weeks you'll be on for only 4 hours. And they really couldn't care less if you knew the hours or not, or what your availability was. They'll just put you on whenever. Some retail experiences are better than others, of course. Alright. Oh, armor up there. Don't think I can get it. Oh, I can. Good. If not, I was going to use the boots of jumping I got there in my item box, but I don't think I need them. I see that grate there, but I'm going to explore a little more first around here and try not to fall in that hole again. Good. By the way, one thing that drives me up a wall with this game, and I have an issue with it with other games too sometimes, is the textures. They look odd sometimes if there's a hole or something like that. Like, see what's going on there? I have no idea what causes that, so if anyone knows how to fix that or what exactly that's called, please let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it. Fire extinguisher. Fire extinguishers explode. I don't think that did anything, but that was just cool to do. Alright. Oh god. I really, really hate those severed hands. Oh. Yep, standing in steam hurts apparently. Didn't lose any life from that, but whatever. Hey! I don't hear the jingle anymore. That's something. Alright, good. Thank God for that. Alright. Oh! Shoot, more of those bastards. I think I see one more in there too. Can't really get them. There we go. So like I said, this map is inspired by Dawn of the Dead. My favorite zombie movie of all time, though, probably has to be 28 Days Later. I know they never actually call them zombies at all, and some people actually debate with me whether or not they are actually zombies or just people infected with rage, but I thought it was a fantastic movie for its atmosphere, how it ratchets up the tension, the climax at the end with the soldiers, really good stuff. That annoys me. I really did not like the sequel 28 Weeks Later at all, though. It was just, as smart as the original was, the sequel is just that much dumber. A lot more action, though. Alright, well, that there is the exit. So, yeah, it's been fun, guys. JagTaggart93 out.